Stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow. Web3 wonders.
Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to Chain Reactor, hosted by the baddest mother effer on the planet, Hudah. I'm just sitting here, boys. Happy to be sitting here. Hudah, take it away. Dude, this is your show, man.
That makes my motherfucking day in a way you wouldn't believe. What an intro. There's nobody better at dropping those intros than Q. Good morning, fam. It's so great to see you. It's so cool having Nifty Freak and Q in the house. And I hope, we'll say maybe Biggie Poppins. I hope.
I'm a total idiot sandwich on that. That's my bad. Look, you guys thought you were getting Biggie Poppins. I totally botched kind of confirming with him that this was today. So totally fucked up. Hopefully you can hop in halfway through. My bad, Hudah.
I mean, all it means is that we do this over. And I told Q we should do this like regularly too. So it just means the boys will be back. But again, yeah, Biggie, if you're out and even tuning in now or whenever you get your ass up, come right on in. Always an open door here. Guys, welcome to Chain Reactor. Guys, smash the like. Just do it. Just hang on. Smash the like. I'm going to drop you a link to the show streaming over on X as well. But I will say, if you're watching over on X, you might want to get your ass over on YouTube, which is kind of where the party is. It's where the comments are happening. So just a heads up about that. But yes, smash the like. Make sure you're subscribed here to SlamX Official over on YouTube. And what the hell? Make sure you're following Crypto Slam IO over on X. Dude, a really active 24 hours. And I say that every day because it has been. It's bull market. You know, it's bull market active. But, dude, we're probably going to hit 100K today. Well, let's start there. Dude, we are getting so damn close. Kevin O'Leary said we'd hit 100K before. It's such a stupid thing to bring up. But Kevin O'Leary said 100K before the holidays. And he's really great with his predictions. I don't know if people notice that. He is. But, dude, we hit 99K yesterday. And we're threatening to do it again right now. Do we hit it today?
At 97, I mean, anything's possible. This stuff has moved, thousands of dollars in a day, right? You're seeing a move from 92 to 95. A lot of macro stuff happening that is super positive, right? So it's funny because on my show, Say What, we dive into some of this stuff. And the feeling is, like you, Omega Cycle, Banana Zone, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yes,
but at the same time, people are trying to call like a local top, while at the same time, Gary Gensler is stepping down, right? Like there's just so much macro bullishness. At the same time, everybody thinks it's frothy.
Yeah, I have questions about that and comments. And also, I'm glad you mentioned your show because I want to start even with that. And look, I hope you guys know Q, because there's a lot of familiar faces. There's a lot of crossover here with Q, who really helped me early in my streaming career, like a fuck ton, like a lot. Q and Biggie from the Say What show. I'll tell you this. I love the Say ecosystem. Those guys got me in Say very early. Like these guys were basically at the start of the Say like NFT ecosystem. They were right there, and they shepherded me into that space as well. And I don't think I've sold any Say NFTs, and I'm always rooting for them and hoping that comes on stronger than it is. And it looks pretty solid over there. But those guys, again, you know them from the NFT live days. We might get into that a bit here. Yeah. I've always thought Q is like the best host out there. I mean that. And I think the whole gang over there with Biggie Poppins and Gifted, I thought it was like the best crew out there. I put them up against any show out there. I always have, and I always will. And that same thing's carried forward to Say What. I listen to them in the morning. It's at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Is that right?
11 a.m. We go for about an hour and a half.
I'm telling you, dude, I would put them up against anybody. I'm talking whatever's the top show by whatever metric you're using. They're the best, and they're the most knowledgeable guys out there, too. So put that on your radar if it's not already. Again, seeing who's here in the chat, I think you already know. But if you don't, make sure you're following the Say What show over on X. Tune into that, man. It's not just Say focused, although primarily that. They cover everything. They know everything. They've been in this space longer than me, man. You got to make sure you're following those guys. So there's the Say What show, and here's the legend Nifty Q right there. Make sure you're following both of those.
Dude, when people say things like that, I appreciate it, by the way, about the show. I don't know how many of them know just how long we've been doing this, right? Like me and you were cutting our teeth 2 years ago. Like a year and a half ago, man, just full bear market tings, just getting after it, making no money. or at least on the market not making any money. So I mean, we've been getting after it, so we better be good at this. We've been hosting daily shows for fucking 3 years straight.
Yeah. But you've got like a natural talent. So you're good at you're so knowledgeable about the space, but you're like, as a host now of a show myself, I know the kind of work that goes into it. You're next level good at that, dude. You make it look effortless. You're just you're very, very, very good at it. So that's something I don't think you can learn that. You've got like a natural thing there. So enough glazing you, but like for real, you got something special. So
thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been an adventure on Say, that's for sure.
Yeah,
a lot of really cool things that I'd love to dive into, but however you want to take the show.
Let's do that. Why don't we hit first the macro, like again, talk Bitcoin and where we're at in the cycle. I know you love that conversation, and I don't know if we're on the same page. We may be moving closer to the same page. We'll see. And then yes, let's spend a good amount of time on Say. I do want to talk them and support that ecosystem because there's a lot of cool shit coming. But okay. With Bitcoin here, about to touch 100K, and you bring up a really good point of, man, how is it toppy when Trump isn't even in the White House yet, right? And the things he says he wants to do. Okay, well, look, Mando said, I saw a tweet from him like 2 days ago saying, look, I only see about 8 weeks left of this froth, of the peak, and then from there, it's not like it's over, but it's just kind of choppy the rest of the time. With the man not even in office, without any official policy, any legislation to say, yes, now we're buying 200,000 Bitcoin a year. Yes, now here's our framework so you guys can go build that. Without the actual building happening with that new framework, I wonder, how is this the top?
Yeah.
And is it the top? Do you think it is?
My general thought on this is that, and I look to previous cycles, maybe rightfully or wrongfully, you do have kind of a blow off the top, and then a little bit of a trough, and then we run into absolute mania. And so like now it's definitely euphoric, like, or at least pre-euphoric is maybe where we're at, but it's not that like, oh my God, like everything is popping off. Yeah. Yes, we've had that for maybe a week or two, but I just don't see prescribed to the blow off the top, trough for maybe a month, and then absolutely take off.
Yeah, it's weird. Because for periods of time, bags are up and it feels fantastic. And that's mostly over in meme coins, which I'm really having a blast in. We should get into that here a little later. But people are winning. Most people I know have got at least small wins. But I did a poll. I asked who's up, who's made money in crypto in the past. I think I put 18 months. I was trying to kind of capture the entire period where like you survive the bear, but also kind of like capturing the whole meme coin kind of thing. I think it's over 50% of people are up, which is I think pretty fucking great. Anyway, I think really the point there is I still feel like half the people that I expect to see are not here. There's really familiar faces that are not back yet, that are not tweeting, they're not in the Discord, they're nowhere to be found. And then I also, and you might recognize this too, you use content as like a barometer for how many people are paying attention, and it's definitely up, right? Engagement is definitely up, but it's not where it would be peak euphoria. It's nowhere close. And so, yeah, that just tells me we've got a lot of room to fly still. If you agree with that, well, first off, I think we agree, but when do you think that peak comes?
I would say blow off the top is somewhere in the vicinity of March. I mean, that's just a total dart throw, right? But my best guess is that yes, we do see a pullback from the shit that we're seeing now, and whatever that pullback looks like, it'll be red. People will be freaking out, and then we will absolutely have 2 or 3 months where the shit is just parabolic and like things won't even make sense, right? Which is, again, I said this earlier, things don't make sense now. Right. But I think we're just going to see 2 to 3x what we're seeing now, maybe even more, as far as the energy and euphoria.
Yep, I dig it. By the way, just because there's no structure to this show, it's chaos sometimes. If I ever see coins that I'm in and they're moving and whatever, and especially things I've told Chad about, I pull them up, and I'll pull them up, and I might just do a little buying live. There's Waifu. I have been in for a little bit, I think since like 400K. And it's starting to move, and I'm definitely starting to see people talk about it. And I'm about to FOMO in a little more because I think this one's got kind of some interesting potential. It's an AI agent which I fucking love. An AI agent launched on the waifu platform, the one that's VVAIFU, and they're aiming to be like the face of that platform. They want to be like the customer service, the customer facing, again, face of the platform. And it's got some big people that are talking about it, promoting it, and especially one guy who's like, I kind of know the team and what they're planning to do, and that's enough for me. Right, that's as deep of TA as I need to do for something like that, especially at that low market cap. So I see it baby. Here. Yeah. Wait, what'd you say?
No, I was saying drop the ticker. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Like, you don't need to tell me much more than like 2 lines.
That's kind of, and honestly, it's that simple. Usually, it's like you don't have to overthink it. Does it do that thing to get our monkey brains clicking buy? And that gets me wanting to click buy. I know it gets others, so I'm kind of thinking I'm going to buy even right here around 2 mil, which I think is all time high. So I just wanted to put that up there because I think I'm going to grab a bigger position of that. There we go. God, I haven't
caught the. No, you're good. I haven't caught the AI agent bug. I've just, AI never really got me going. So whenever I hear about it, it's exactly. It's like, wow, it looks like people are super pumped about it, which is obviously a great sign. I've got Waifu pulled up right here. I told you before the show that the only plays that I've really made, other than staring at Chill Guy and Gal, which is that kind of beta play on Chill Guy, were those 2 political memes that I totally got cucked on. Like it's crazy. Like the narratives, right? Like,
which were they?
I hesitate to even call them narratives or what do they call it? Metas, because metas usually last. Right, you can't. It's TikTok meta today. It's political meta. Anyways, the tickers are Gensler and Baron, and I absolutely got wrecked on them.
Yikes.
The Gensler one makes sense, right? Gary Gensler out, but it's down tremendously, and then Baron. But luckily, I didn't put too much into those. Maybe they come back when the meta shifts in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I did a Baron play too. I did Suitcase because my girls are helping me now. I told them, I literally sat them down yesterday or the day before. I'm like, okay, something's happening. Something changed. All you TikTok, like you guys beat us to a coin. It's the Chill Guy one. I'm like, you guys outplayed us. And I'm like, I need you. And I told them, if you help me find trends and tickers and we win, I'm not going to give you $10 or $20. I'm like, I'm going to give you a big old fat stack of crypto. And I'm going to put it in a wallet. It'll be tucked away, so it's not yours to just blow. But I'm like, I'm not kidding, dude. Okay, they don't know this. If I make 10 grand on it, I'll put $1,000 aside in a wallet for whoever finds. Maybe more. Maybe they deserve more. I'm going to hook them up. I want to really incentivize them. We got to train them, Q. We got to because they're going to run circles around us, man. So that's the goal. And they brought me a couple tickers. Now, they didn't bring me Suitcase, which is a great one. That's taken off. Young Baron Trump talking and they're showing off his accent. And he goes, look, mom, my suitcase. Something like that, right? So it's a Baron Trump meme. It's Suitcase. That's it. It's that
I
simple.
don't think I've ever heard Baron Trump talk.
Dude, it's wild. He's got a thick accent.
Russian?
It's like Melania. Sounds just like her.
What?
Yeah.
How does that make any sense? Doesn't he live in the U.S.?
Yeah, but she even said in an interview, he, like, growing up, he'd only hang out around her.
Oh,
and
man.
so he picked up her accent, which is kind of fucked up. In a way, it feels like he wasn't socialized. Yes. So he's got a very thick accent. He does. Okay. Again, distracted. We'll come back to meme coins, put a lot of time in that. I do want to show, dude, ETFs back to cooking again. Here's the Bitcoin ETFs. $1 billion in inflows yesterday.
Is that
holy fuck?
High?
It's not, believe it or not, it's not. We had 1.3 bill just like a week or two ago. Not all-time high, but monster numbers. So looking good there. And then on the ETH side, do you look at these numbers? I'm curious what you think ETH did.
I do not look at the macro numbers when it comes to like inflows, outflows. I do pay attention to, the different things popping off on each ecosystem, but not these.
Well, you probably then know just from looking at price of ETH, it doesn't perform quite as well as Bitcoin. Here's 9 million outflows yesterday. That said, Afternoon Coast, I'm not, Joe, if you're watching, I'm not shitting on you, brother, but Joe told us in the afternoon show he capitulated. He swapped all his ETH for Bitcoin, or a big chunk of it. Like, that timing might not be great, sir. Maybe it is. Maybe he's like,
Well, isn't Bitcoin dominance at like the highest peak that it's been?
Yeah, basically. But yeah, Joe works in mysterious ways, so he might be onto something. But then I'm going through some headlines this morning, as I do, And well, actually, this is giga bullish for Bitcoin. Who's this guy? Who's Mike Novogratz? Whoever he is, predicting.
Yeah, Mike Novogratz was big during my first cycle. He was Galaxy Digital, and he was a part of EOS for a long time. But they was basically a really large fund, and then I'm sure he still kind of does it today. But he's had a couple terrible losses too.
Oh shit! Well, trying to make it all back in Bitcoin maybe, but predicting that we see some parity between the market cap of Bitcoin and gold, which is wild. 16 trillion market cap, so that puts Bitcoin at 800K plus. And dude, Nature AC. He's been on the show a couple of times. Fucking awesome dude. He's very, very knowledgeable. But he put out a tweet the other day, and I think most people know this, and it's just one of those things I hadn't considered, which is how much of the supply, the Bitcoin supply, is gone, lost. And people are thinking it's in the millions, like 2 million, 3 million, up to 5 million, just gone. It's wild to think, I'm always thinking, okay, the supply capped at 21 mil. There's not a lot to go around. Every millionaire cannot even own a full Bitcoin. It's just not possible. But like, you start thinking that like maybe a quarter of the supply never moves hands again, can't be sold. That's spicy, dude. So spicy.
I don't want to go down a rabbit hole with this, but it's that simple. Sometimes in crypto, like people want to chase the shiny thing. I think me and Biggie Poppins have talked about this, and I'm sure some people out there feel a little bit of the same way in their own way. But if I had just, when I first got into the eco, bought ETH and sat on it, and just chilled out on the whole like kind of macro, as opposed to chasing these little altcoins for every which fucking meta. Like, dude, it's as easy as that. Supply and demand with Bitcoin, and just sit there. Like, but it's not sexy. It's not sexy. It's hard to sit on your hands.
Yeah. More and more, the longer you're in here, hopefully if you're learning, then it gets easier because you realize, shit, probably my biggest plays are the ones, other than the lucky wins and the things you're just quick, early, whatever, your biggest wins usually are the things you sit on maybe for the longest amount of time. And I'm certainly learning that lesson here, getting a crash course in meme coins, sitting even just a few weeks on them as opposed to in and out every other day has certainly worked better. By the way, Marty in the chat. Always great to see him.
No way.
Motherfucking Marty.
Marty McFly.
Asking, who's that guy on with you?
What you doing, brother? What's new, sir? Good to see you.
So cool. Dude, I wish I could put the chat up on the screen, but it just, the way it all routes, I can't. Oh, good shit. All right, so you can see now. Six Hole saying yesterday, Easy and other Bodagos mentioned getting into waifu early too. Like, I see a lot of calls for that to get to like 100 mil market cap, but I don't buy into that, even though I do think this swings hard back to AI. And we should chat later with Q about like even off air about AI. Maybe I can do a crash course if you need any catching up with it. I am so bullish, dude. It's the AI cycle, and like behind the scenes, all the building is AI focused. Everybody's connecting, trying to build out agents that do this, that do that. It's the AI cycle. It's gonna be wild.
I think when people were talking to me about AI in like 2022, when it first, I think it was like 21 or 22 when it first popped off and ChatGPT first started coming around, people were like, holy shit. And people started, I remember Buffalo, one of my good friends in the industry, had a friend who was kind of creating crypto content and then pivoted once AI started to take off and just went to like 1 million subscribers in like 2 weeks or something like that. Yeah, it was crazy. And I never saw the connection between crypto. I was basically like, let me know when AI and crypto kind of coalesce, and then I will be interested, because I'm not interested in like all of these tools and all of this stuff. Like, it interests me, but it's not in the way that, crypto does, where I can see a way that I can profit from it. If that makes sense.
Well, no, it does. I had a psychedelic experience, not really, but I was in the shower and something hit me the other day, which was how AI is definitely part of UBI. It is definitely part of the solution, like that everybody's been trying to figure out and crack. And it hit me, and it involves crypto too. That's something, again, off air I'll probably share, because I'm gonna write up a thread on it and shit. It hit me so hard, dude. I couldn't stop smiling because it became like clear as day how the fuck it works. And maybe not the specifics of how it works, but what its place is in UBI. And I was chatting, dude, I've been DMing with Shaw a little bit, and he said he's going to come on the show. We're still trying to lock in a date, but from AI16Z. And I kind of I DM'd him some of what I was thinking about it. He's like, you see it, you get it. There's something there, and Shaw sees it and gets it. And these guys that are building out the agents, they very much have that in mind. Also, Breaking
love
news, motherfuckers. Biggie freaking Poppins has made it to the show. Good Lord, Biggie, dude. It's so great to see you, man.
I woke up all fucking groggy and shit. I woke up all groggy and shit. And then like first thing like in the morning, grab your phone and I see the fucking grenade my co-host threw at me. It's like, dude, we need to get on this shit. Like I was like, fuck, okay. Let me grab some bacon and hop on stage, dude. What's
Incredible.
up, Hudah?
Dude.
What's up, co-host? It's all good. It's all good. I was catching up. You guys just got started, right? Like a little bit of one. I heard you say, who's Mike Novogratz, bro? That's the guy that tattooed the Luna fucking tattoo on his. How's that fucking tat, Mike? You remember the one with the fucking like dumb wolf?
Who is this?
Mike Novogratz.
Yeah.
Oh.
Investor. Like remember, like he like back in the Luna days, like 2 weeks before the Luna crash, the dude was getting his tattoo. He was just feeling fucking high in the sky. By the way, hello to Marty McFly. I heard that name. I hadn't heard it in a while, dude. I'm sure he's still fudding about somewhere.
I love that guy. Yeah, he's in here every so often. I sort of regularly like tuning in this show, and he DMs me the fucking greatest takes. And I love his tweets. By the way, he always just copy tweets Gordon. And he's
still on that, huh?
Oh, dude, I love it. He's just always poking and poking. I love Marty.
Relentless. Dude, I heard you talking about the AI agents.
Yes,
I'm fucking loving it myself.
Oh my god.
I don't know, Q. I was gonna send it to you the other day, but the songs, the albums that these things have been producing, the Truth Terminal one is fucking insane.
Did you see the Cerebro signed to or part of now an what is it, an AI music DAO, and that token's cooking, dude, up to like 60 mil market cap or something silly, and that shit is going to be. Look, they're all bubbles.
It's so fucking strange. It's the first time where I was like, I need to talk with somebody because this world is not going to be anything like I can freaking imagine.
No.
Yeah. It really blew my mind away. And especially like it was hilarious to me that like the first song is a rancherita, like a norteña song, Q, but in English. And like it's very because it draws from all this like data, right? And so you can only imagine that rancheritas are probably what hit the airwaves all the time, right? With our people out there, right? But like you also like the themes and the words that he uses is kind of like dystopian, very sexual, like things that are flying out in the ether in the internet. It just draws from, right? And like that's what it uses to compose the songs. It's wild, dude. It's wild and it's scary, and the songs are good. Like that's one of those things where I mean it still lacks that human touch, but it's so novel, and the beats and everything it's spot on. Where I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Like it's really like Love, Death, and Robots thing where it really makes you wonder. I mean, we have Botto right now, which is still controlled by other human beings. Like it's a DAO that like input stuff, although they've allowed it to do its own original content, right? Like they did with Grail. But to think that at some point you are going to have an independent AI be a creative and perhaps a celebrity,
dude, them being autonomous is like now happening. People are starting to enable that. Some of these agents that's kind of their latest upgrade is they're completely autonomous. They will be able to control other agents with swarms. That's implemented as of this week, it sounds like. They're going to be able to upgrade their own code, or at least submit code upgrades for like a DAO to vote on. It's getting wild
have
fast.
You checked out Tri-Sigma? Tri-Sigma, you can chat on it with it on Twitter. I don't know. Like for me, that's the first one where it'll respond to you. Like if you ask a good question, it'll respond to you. It's like interacting and commenting on other people's fucking content.
Oh, dude. I'll tell you what. I think the best agent out there right now is this one. AI XBT. Dude, it's exactly what I'm trying to do with my bot, with my agent, which is it's news, but it's also plugged into data, which, man, at CryptoSlam, it's all we have is data, and it's plugging that data into these agents. So again, they do TA, you ask it questions. What's the best crypto? What's the best token under 10 mil market cap, and why? And it's going to tell you why, and it does very well, very well. So this is, I think this AI XBT
better than Hudah AI
right now.
I own some, by the
Just
way.
right now. Good shit, dude. It's that's such an interesting thing. I've got.
Pull it
Mike
up. Pull up
Alpha
the ticker.
NFAUIOR.
Let's see the
I
chart.
finally got it doing a little better. It was struggling to learn, and I think because their training process is a little behind. It's queued because there's so much activity on the platform, but it is starting to tweet out some more interesting stuff here. It referenced the Omega cycle. I'm training it on my newsletters. I'm training it on specific people out there that I like their tweeting style and good information. So it
Okay.
is starting to learn a bit here.
So
it's
imagine it's bullish on runes. Hudah.
You know what? It's not yet, but today I've got a lot in mind as far as what I'm going to. Well, I got to feed it more rune stuff, and today I've got ideas of the specific things I do. So I want it very rune focused, but it's talking Omega cycle now, and it's also talking some conspiracy theories, which I fucking love because I am training it on some good ones like 0 point energy, which ain't a conspiracy theory, it's real. But these orbs that can basically open wormholes and teleport things. This is gonna be a whacked out agent. So,
That's not a conspiracy. That's what you're saying. That's real.
Yes,
That's the one thing.
Got it. Okay, cool. I'm with you.
Oh man,
you haven't
I'm glad
seen
you're into it, dude. Yeah, it's a whole another rabbit hole, right? This AI agent stuff and DeSci as well.
Oh, I like that stuff too.
Q is not. He's like, no, not going there. I'm telling you, people.
Remember that missing plane MH370 from like 10 years ago or so?
Sure. Yeah, like Malaysia, right? Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch this shit. This is, again, it can look very fake. It might be very fake, but there's a very interesting thing happening around this video specifically that was captured from, we think, that Immaculate Constellation kind of secret program.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this. These 3 orbs. There's that plane. There's that plane for now. For now, there's that plane. I'm training my agent on this, by the way. Just watch. Gone. Where's that plane? Wormhole.
That's some Bermuda Triangle.
So there's a plane flying somewhere in some other galaxy.
There could be, or they can actually just teleport it to a different location, and whatever happened to it at that point, don't know.
And you people
fascinating.
don't believe we're gonna have fembots. I don't know what to take. I don't know.
Don't get Biggie started on that. Biggie, nice piano, by the way. It's pretty solid. When do you get that?
I don't know. In the morning, I like to. That's how I like to start my mornings. Play a little bit Chopin.
Little
Drink some
Mozart.
like Moroccan mint tea and what have you.
Q, what's this CA you dropped?
This was dropped in this is actually in the Cappy Collective, which is a Discord group for an NFT collection here. Is that Kacy? Is that what?
You know
that's not
what?
came
Yes.
out, right?
This
I
is
was writing that.
So I got Kacy on here. I had put it in the title, and I did mean to talk, and we won't spend long. But Kacy's the latest meme that like people are feeling maybe it does the chill guy thing, which chill guy is very special. Chill guy is legit.
That.
Yep. But Kacy kind of blew up last night. Here's the artist. It's a cute, relatable meme, like a normal friend kind of thing. Does it blow up? Does it take off? Well, I got in this at 10 mil yesterday, way up from that, which is great.
Nice.
Does it have legs from here? It feels like it's got maybe not chill guy energy, but it's definitely got some energy. So if this wasn't on your radar, it should be.
May I suggest something?
Yeah.
Cute, relatable meme. Henceforth, you should judge it on its memetics. Are the memetics?
Thank you, Biggie.
Right.
So courageous for saying
yeah,
that.
so important.
Look, if somebody, I don't know much about this Hal Rainbow piece, but I dropped it because it looks like it's starting to move, and it's pre 500K market cap.
Ooh.
So if anybody has like a strong conviction in any of the discords that I'm in or any of the private groups about a token that they had it around 100K market cap, right? That's where I ape. Right, so I this is the one I'm showing here just because it's in that pre $1 million market cap. I think everybody's at. You know what I mean? It's
I
like
just bought a little.
There you go.
I'm on my way.
Dude, you know what? Like I've definitely noticed there's a couple things you can do to like maximize your chances. One is, and I see this is what Frank does. It's spray and pray to a degree. I know he's a great trader, but if you, especially things that are new and launch on Pump Fund, if you buy right at the start when market caps, starts at what, 7K, 8K, you almost can't lose. Like they just can't go down much further too. So, you can just pepper it out there everywhere. And if you just hit 1 out of like 100, you do that way. I think it actually is a method that works. But these small market cap ones, guys, I don't go hard on them. When I have a big enough bag, yes. But right now I do like 0.1, 0.05, and if it's something that I really feel has got something, 0.25 at a 100K, 300K market cap adds up really fast if they cook. So keep that in mind, guys. It's not always going all in and putting, a fifth of your bag into something, like small little amounts.
You know what? I'm totally down with that strategy. It's just not the one that I've like organically flowed into in the last week, right? It was more, I saw Chill Guy. I missed the initial like 5 million, 7 million entry. And then at like 50 mil, I was like, fuck it. I'm not missing this shit. And I had to go in at that point with size. And so Gal was the beta play. And I went in with size there too. Not the craziest entry, right? Like it was, I'm probably, let's see, I'm like, 150% up on Gal. But I just went in with size, because I just looking at something that has maybe an okay narrative, and it isn't going to rug instantly, and just going full board. So to me, that's the way I've been playing it. Not saying that the way you talked about is wrong.
Well, and I saw somebody call this that I like a lot. I'll put it on the screen. If you guys don't follow, like Worth a Follow has made many good calls that I've done well off of, called, what was it? Akai, AKAI. Do you remember that artist that launched a token? He called it at like 600K. It got up to like 20 mil. He's called, I'm trying to think of some other ones. It's Boss Man. He's really good, guys. He's really good. And I'm sure he's on a lot of people's radar already. If not, it's definitely a guy to follow. He's very good.
Gotcha.
So he called that Gal token well after you, Q, well after. So you were very early to that. He called it, I think, yesterday or so. I'll put him on people's radar here. I'm in Gal, little Gal. Let's come back to memes, because I think there's plenty more to talk about there. Why don't we talk some Say? Let's talk some Say. Maybe if you can kind of get people up to speed of, well, I guess however you want, starting from whenever you want, but kind of what's going on now too, and what people can look forward to. Just like what's happening in Say.
So if you go to Saiyan, so SEI Saiyan token 9,000, it should populate. SEIY Saiyan token. There it is, 9,000. There is a post here that it's the Saiyan on Say piece. You see Saiyan on Say?
Right below it.
Right below. Yeah. No, you're good. If you go down, so this is one that the homies wanted me to shout out when I was talking to them, saying I was going to be on Crypto Slam. So this meme coin madness has basically incentivized meme coin liquidity pools and trading and all this stuff, which is basically juices the ecosystem a little bit on certain tokens. The way I would explain it in very TLDR, and then I would love to hear Biggie's take too, is it's very much more PvE. The liquidity is not flowing through it like it's Solana or even Base, for example. But there are winners that you can pick now and feel very good about in a month. I think it's one of those ecosystems where you find the 2 to 3 winners and you sit there and, you come back in 2 or 3 months and they've 10x'd or something like that. Now, that's only if you're not going to take an everyday approach to Say. If you are, there's definitely opportunities, especially in some of these tokens that are incentivized right now, that obviously gets them moving. So, I mean, that's how I would say it. For somebody that's not in it every day, there are 2 to 3 winners. It's very much more PvE when it comes to that. It's not, battling for your life in the trenches every freaking day. It's make some bets now and then thank you later in 3 months. That might not be sexy, but that's what it is.
There's trenches. They're just very tiny. It's not comparable to the rest of the ecosystem. I very much agree with my co-host. I think the play with Say is obviously front running that opportunity before the catalysts arrive. One of them, which is supposed to be very close, Magic Eden integrating Say, could bring a lot of eyes and liquidity into it. And then
when the hell is that coming?
So
we're waiting, man. Bated breath.
So I think I don't know if you caught this yesterday, Hudah, but Johnny is a good friend of the Say What show, and he comes up, probably every week. When the integration looked like it was imminent, he was coming up more. But I know they've got a lot of things on their plate. I don't know if you caught this yesterday, but I think the meme coin platform launches before even the Say NFTs piece. Like they're going to have meme coin trading, which could be a catalyst.
Dude, Magic Eden is going to be so big, so big. Like they've said, they'll be the on-chain Binance, and I don't think that's just, putting words out there. I think they're going to be the on-chain Binance, the everything, chain marketplace. They're different. Those guys are just so like, first off, so in the trenches, so knowledgeable about like the space, and also as a DJ, they know what we want. They know how we trade. They know the things we want access to. Then they're building out the solutions for it, man. So fungible tokens showing up on that platform made a ton of sense. They telegraphed that stuff a million miles away too. Dude, I'm so bullish on Magic Eden and that ME token that's coming in a couple weeks.
Trade runes right now, Hudah?
Well, say that again, Biggie.
Is that your favorite place to trade runes right now?
Yeah, it's kind of, to me, it's the only place. I know there are other places, but it's hard. As hard as it is, it's harder elsewhere. You know what I mean? I find it harder. I've never traded on OKX because it just feels like so many extra steps for something that already has extra steps. It's where I trade, runes. It's where I trade NFTs. And man, when they bring fungible tokens there, like the Solana meme coins and ETH meme coins and all that, and Base and Say, it's where I'll be trading those too, like no doubt. On the mobile app, you already can start seeing meme coins there. You can't trade them yet, but you see them. They're already listing them. Yeah, if you pull it up, if you look in your Magic Eden mobile wallet, it's there.
As like as another kind of on the headboard, basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull it up and see if I can show my phone here. But it's like the
you trading on your phone now, Hudah?
Actually, still no.
I avoid it as much as possible. I had to while I was in Marfa. Every now and then things like that happen. So I guess now I have to add another app.
So that's probably hard to see. But I just open up the wallet.
You can see it,
and it's. And the first thing you see is hot tokens, hot meme coins. There's Peanut, Bonk, Whiff, Act, Bohm, Kacy, Kith. I love Kith.
Now they've mentioned like 10 chains out the gate, right? They were basically like, you're going to be able to trade all of these.
Yep.
Say being one of them. So do they show up on the app, or is it just Solana tokens?
I think. I think there's some ETH stuff here too. Yeah. Well, hang on. Let me see. Is there ETH stuff? Let's see. Just on their homepage, I just see Solana, but I bet you there's ETH tokens here too. What are you more bullish on say the DeFi or NFTs, or equal?
Go ahead, Biggie.
No, you go first.
I think NFTs are our superpower in a way. Like we have comparable ecosystems to even something like Base, in my opinion. We blow, something like Ape Chain, which is also on Magic Eden, kind of out of the water when it comes to activity around the NFTs, right? I know they've been going hard. I'm a fucking BAYC holder. I have been from the beginning. I love what they're doing. But from an NFT perspective, we're better than Polygon. We're better than Ape Chain. And I don't want it to come off like I'm saying we're PvP. I'm just using them as examples. I don't know if we're competing with something like Solana, definitely not on the volume, but as far as like an active community, that those have formed around the NFTs we have in our ecosystem, and that's what we do really well. Whether that takes hold, this narrative is up to the gods, right? If the NFTs take off, then I'm sure Say NFTs are going to be hot.
What's the marketplace for NFTs right now?
Pallet.exchange, PALLET. Yep, there you go.
Okay. Shout out some of the top projects here too. This is the one I'm familiar with that I used to trade on. And again, I still have. Man, let me. As we look at the list, I'll mention what I'm still holding. Again, I haven't sold any. I know you like fuckers, right?
Yeah, fuckers are dope.
What's your favorite
Absolutely the flagship. Absolutely the flagship. Cappies are at a great, in my opinion, Cappies are at an absolutely fantastic level. 66 Say. These things are trading at like almost 200 Say, which again isn't a lot. The whole narrative is probably around, look, when people get access to this stuff, aka Magic Eden, they're going to see tokens that are $50, right? $40, and they're going to, it doesn't even compare to something like ETH, right? So Cappies cooking, fuckers cooking. Alives are awesome on the art side. I'll let Biggie take over. Do not touch. Go down to number 7.
You're gonna say Dobbs, right?
Don't touch.
What happened? You guys, we loved Dobb back in the day. I got my Dobbs still.
Yeah.
What these guys do?
I'm still bag holding my Dobbs. I guess you could call us community members, but yeah, the founder has been naughty boy.
Should those be my first say NFTs that I dump?
I don't know, but you also own Yaka, right?
I do.
Wait till listing. Maybe they pump and then much.
Okay. Yeah, I still got my Yaka. I got like 5 Dobbs. I've got my Wee Bump. I've got Saiyans. I've got a Colony. Some Outlines. There's one other I have that I liked.
Outlines is great.
Outlines are, yeah, those are cool. Are those from the Alive guy or is that different?
No, different. That's from Outline Mind, a different artist. Really well known though, really well regarded, and they do really cool stuff with the community. I'm waiting for a really dope poster. It's like this kind of like neon lined style of art. I think he's done like covers for a couple of like really well known music artists, and you know, just again, like really cool. Like some of these builders here, man, like on-chain orbiters are fantastic as well. You know, like have been here for a really long time. And to echo what Q was talking about, I have yet to see another, you know, high performance L1 or L2 even hold a candle to say in regards to community. You know, like that's what I'm excited about. When I was over at Marfa and people were asking me what I was doing, you know, simply having fun and building stuff, you know, building our own project over on Say, and people seem interested, right? Like it's cool when you can tell them like go over there and not just buy something and hold it, but there's really cool communities to jump into and activations and stuff. Corp Dogs is one that's coming up that you should probably have on your radar. Really, really fantastic project. They hold like, if you're into drawing and if you like doing art, they have this weekly like 30-minute show. You hop on their Discord, and Corp is like the Bob Ross of like painting, and he's a really great guy, like very cool, kind of like doodle, like street art style. And yeah, they're gonna be dropping their token soon, and I think it's really cool. Like they're doing like for every Corp Dog that you own, you're gonna get like a piece of art for 12 months. From different like street artists that they are very well connected with over in Europe. So that's the stuff that I love. You know that, Hudah.
Yeah.
But really, really cool stuff. Like to be able to tell people like hop on and don't just hold it, but get into the community, see what's going on. We're kind of bringing all that stuff together, right? The DeFi, the art, the PFP community angles, lots of really great creators. So yeah, now it's just a matter of, you know, hitting lightning, right? Catching lightning in a bottle, as they say, launching at the right time.
The community was always what won me over there. And again, because you guys were there early, it's part of, you know, you guys kind of, you felt like the community. You kind of represented a big chunk of it. Very strong community on Say.
We're like kind of an old soul chain that is very young. You know what I mean? Like we've been around in any meaningful way less than a year, and yet we've gone through like our own cycle. And so you see things like the last week where we've actually minted out 2 NFT projects of people who have been in the community.
Oh wow! And
but we're not seeing kind of like that full ape into, you know, rugs because the community because basically the community has had experience already, and so it'll be interesting to see because we all have this. We're kind of aligned now, if that makes sense. We're kind of aligned on like, hey, this is where Say needs to go. And so having things mint out and do well, like these are the little steps that you have to take as a chain, like Say.
We're very selective, right? Like we become very selective. So if you like there's been a couple of projects, Hudah, that have come in and, you know, they give whitelists to the top communities or whatever and try to do the domino effect thing, and it doesn't fly. Whereas if you come in and actually put in the work and engage with the community, kind of like Jessica Yatrowski went in there and minted out her project, and she was hanging out like a month and a half or 2 before really, like she still does. Like she jumps in the VCs. People absolutely love her. You know who jumped into Gappy Collective recently?
Oh, I think I know. Yeah. Go ahead.
Check out that tweet.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're starting to see that, man. It's very encouraging for me, at least, and for Q to continue doing this, right? But slowly but surely, and then all of a sudden, you know. But the main
check out that tweet too.
The main thing that I always tell people is like you're coming over here, it's to have fun, you know. It's to pass the time with other cool people, and again, everybody there is multi-chain, comes from different parts of the eco. Lots of really great Solana folk that I've gotten to know there. Really, really dope. And that's why I want you to come. If not, there's probably better places.
Yeah,
you know?
You guys are great at onboarding too. And again, if you like what you hear and see, expect a lot more of that over on Say. It is really good people. It is. And what I love that you guys do, maybe specifically, you don't tolerate the bullshit. You know what I mean? I hear you call out, even to hear you call out something like Dobbs, and you've been doing it for a while. A lot of people cover it up because it's, who wants to hurt their bags, and this happens on every other chain. Some fuckery happens, and you just kind of you don't even mention it. You don't want to bring attention to the FUD. You guys don't. You air it out. You make sure people know, and you make sure to put the spotlight on the good stuff. And again, it says a lot about you guys. It says a lot about the Say ecosystem. Really, really good people.
100%. And there's a ton more of that here in the community. This is the NFT that project that just minted out. It's the one on the right. You can see like several artwork beeves. I also dropped the official profile in the chat as well. But the art looks dope. Obviously like more like pastel based and things like that. So it's pretty cool, like fun. If you click into the ones up top, on the right hand side, you can see like a little bit of them. So those, yeah. So it wasn't a huge supply,
puppet-ish kind of style, no, but
what is
really,
it?
Like puppet style.
Okay, yes, yeah.
But again,
we used to call it lo-fi back in the day, right, Hudah?
Yes.
When puppets came out, remember, like that lo-fi style.
Dude, I faded those so hard. I did for a long time, and now you can't deny them how influential they are. Dead, who's watching, has always said, dude, look at the derivatives out there. Who are they copying? You can't, man, you can't fake that. You can't force it. Puppets are pretty fucking special. And then you see it now on other chains. Just people just love that style, and I sure as hell do too now. We got more. We got more from Q. Let's see. Oh, here's the beeves. Okay.
Yeah, that's just the full profile there. So
I love the pink glasses, dude. The pink glasses are awesome. Pink aviators. And Toshi's been around since we got into the ecosystem pretty much, with his original collection called Toshi's. There's only 100 of those, kind of like mimicking, what are they called on Solana? Blues or gablues or some shit like that. But yeah, really cool artist, man. And it's good. It's cool to see, right? Like the community having come like a long way and matured into that, right? Like, because before, you could pretty much create anything, throw it up on the wall and it would mint out, and not everything worked out. Now we're very demanding. It's like, who are you? Why are you here? What are you doing? Hop on the spaces. And it's happened a couple of times. And as crappy as it feels, because sometimes you do have teams come in like really well-intentioned with maybe a really cool project, but they take the community kind of for granted, and they just kind of like hop in and it's like, hey, we can do it all. We've done it over here, and now we're going to do it over there. Exit left, and it doesn't work out. And I'm proud of the community for that. It's like, make them fucking come in and engage and really like take you seriously. If not, I don't know.
Dude, almost as simple as just don't extract. Be a part of the thing, and add. And that's actually probably a good way to summarize the Say community. It is a whole bunch of people looking to add and kind of there for the long haul. So what are milestones then for Say? Like, we know Magic Eden, of course, and I think people should expect that we're going to see Say at some point also on Crypto Slam. I'm curious where the volume will stack up with other chains, but I can't wait to see the first Say collection, break the top 10, and I don't think it would take long, especially once Magic Eden comes.
That's what everybody's hoping. We're trying not to get ourselves too high when it comes to expectations on this. Like, Magic Eden's going to change everything. I do think what Johnny said the other day about meme coin trading on that platform is interesting. It's not one that I had thought about. He kind of just teased it and was like, hey, we're doing this. That might bring some liquidity through the meme coin, obviously, ecosystem. So not something I thought about. What was the original question, Hudah?
It's like
just milestones.
So EVM was huge, right? Like the EVM V2 is what we called it for a long time. It still is huge. Yeah. We were in the Cosmos ecosystem kind of building, but that bridge to Ethereum layer 2 obviously is huge. People can access it via
never look back, baby.
Yeah, people can access
not much Cosmwasm anymore, man.
There you go.
Holy fuck.
Oh, Waifu.
Yeah,
nice.
Hit 4 mil, I think. Wow.
Also the HAL I could have gotten out while we were live and I didn't. God damn it.
Yeah.
So it's still going.
Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry.
You
Again, I
selling?
do
You
that a lot.
selling?
Okay, I don't know. So I like Min Dynasty, and he always says, look, if you're not selling, you need to ask yourself, if you're not selling, you're buying at this level. He's like, so ask yourself that, would I buy at this level? For waifu, I would. So I don't think I'm selling yet. Wouldn't be dumb to maybe take some profits here. Like, yeah, it would not be dumb of me to do that, but yeah, I think this one's got a lot further to go for some good reasons, I think. Also, Kacy got listed on Moonshot about 30 minutes ago, so that's why that one's moving again here. So a lot of good shit here, man. Meme coins. I think everybody's excited about Bitcoin and how close it is to that 100K mark. So good times, man.
Yeah. I think, you were talking about what's the next stepping stones. I think like after Magic Eden, I really do think that one of the main things that could bring Say into the fore, like into the limelight, is competition, right? Like we have Barachain coming on, we have Monad coming on, and then we have Sui, which recently kind of had a little hiccup, didn't it? All these things, I think are going to help shine a light on Say, which has not gone down ever since it went live on EVM. Again, not battle tested in terms of quantity of transactions and volume and all that. But that's what I'm bullish on, Hudah. We've seen from the beginning of the year. I don't. It's wild because it feels like it was 10 years ago. But we had in the beginning of the year, we were right there with Blast and Base, who eventually kind of ate our lunch in that regard. Where are they now? Obviously Base will be around. It is most certainly the enterprise chain right next to Coinbase, but they've struggled, right? Like really bringing the artists over and embracing it and growing a community there. I think it's because of that particular label, right? That is so enterprise and adjacent to Coinbase. It will always thrive and do well, but I have yet to see anything comparable to Say. Blast, the minute the incentives dried up, where's the community?
Everybody's fucking out, gone.
Right? Like how many NFTs we had and we thought we were going to get rewarded. They didn't prioritize that. They prioritized the degeneracy, and once it was gone, it's liquidity left, right? And so I think the more this happens, the more it's going to play into Say, in my opinion.
How do you like Say's odds?
Shuttering its doors with Prohibition recently, they've struggled to build community. Yeah. Optimism, the same. Polygon, the same. Yeah. I just think those are our last three dragons: Sui, Monad, and Barachain. And if they can't do what we did, game over. And I think we have a lot of people. While I was in Marfa, artists that are very eager to do activations or stuff with their community that needs to be a lot faster and low cost, but they're also looking around and saying, hey, well, we thought it might have been Arbitrum, but it clearly wasn't. Where is culture actually going to thrive? Who are these L2s or high performance L1s that are going to go into the bear next time and remain intact and have a community and still engage? That's where I think Say has a real opportunity to shine. Let's see how it plays out.
That's perfect, because that's what I think you just answered it right there at the end. Especially, how does Say compete or set itself apart from these juggernauts that are coming, like Monad and Barachain? And maybe they're not juggernauts. Maybe I overestimate it, because they are going.
They are.
The
money wise, right? Money wise, they are, and I think that's the thing. It's like Say hasn't taken shortcuts when it comes to the community. It's very much been grassroots. I credit us, the community, more than necessarily them. Hell fucking yeah. But that's what you want, right? Like that's what you take pride in. And I think that's what you try to cherish and hold on to. And so that's going to play to our strengths. The incentive wise, I don't think it'll hold a candle to the Blasts of the world. We'll see. I have this suspicion that Monad and Barachain will be very incentive heavy. And there will be a time when they'll probably opaque our beloved little chain with all sorts of degeneracy and stuff. And I'll be over there. Yeah, sure. Let's check it out. I want to check out the community. I want to check out, the play the degen games, right? But in the end, you can't shortcut this stuff. And that's one drum that we keep banging on in our show. And it's like, you cannot. I don't care how much money you throw at people, unless you can actually bootstrap a community that people want to be there in spite of there not being all these incentives and liquidity. At some point, you'll fade away.
That is the superpower of the community, and it sounds like so cliche. I almost like want to throw up in my mouth when I say the community is the superpower, but it actually is because
It is.
basically
It
Barachain
is
and
very
Monad,
word.
basically Barachain and Monad have not launched yet, and so you have that whole shiny object thing in crypto, right? Once you launch, just like Blast, you see where it kind of flows, and so once these chains actually launch, they'll be forced to deal with the criticism and be live, which Say has been live for the entire time we've been there.
And it's cool, right? You have newbies come in and like they're like, what's here? Right? It's like you get to tell them the lore and the story of the fuckers and your right. Like there's like inside jokes and like community members. Like we have celebrity community members like Dogwiz. We always play like Jurassic Park when he comes in, right? Stuff like that, where I think it adds to a sense of you know, like when you what is it the Scandinavians call Hudah? It coziness, like you walk into an ecosystem and it's like, oh dude, like these guys are friends and like they've been here for a while, and there's like inside jokes and there's like little kind of like alphas that not a lot of people know about, and like you get to ask the community members and they'll explain, right? Like you can buy a cappy, you can just buy any cappy, or you can buy a Cappy Collective qualifying Cappy, which I've been struggling with, Hudah, because a lot of people from like some of the people, my peeps from Marfa have been buying Cappies, but they didn't consult with me. So now I have to go back to them and be like, dude, get a Cappy Collective qualifying one, dude.
What is that?
Well, basically, there's certain traits that allow you access into the Cappy Collective. It's for the aficionados that like either we have a really good kind of like alpha channel, very active with it's multi-chain. Obviously, most of the game right now is on Solana, but really good callers in there. And it's basically just a collective of people that are, you know, maybe want to roll up their sleeves a little more and contribute to the community and partake and engage. And so we've limited it to about 10% of the collection, which basically involves nouns glasses for obvious reasons. We love the nouns, right? Nakeds, because naked is a meta on Say.
On all the Say. Okay, that really took hold.
Like we love the naked. I always promote we're the naked chain. And then the one of ones also get in, and there's a couple of others like that are a little nuanced, like the katana, the weapon wielding ones also get you in, and the hoods, which I don't think you can get any anymore. They're very rare,
dude. I mean, I don't see any of the traits you mentioned
anywhere,
any fucking where to get in. So I imagine they're listed just, if any, quite a bit higher. But that speaks volumes about the community. That alone is demonstrates exactly that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No nakeds, no nouns glasses, hoodies, you said?
Yeah. No, you're not gonna see hoodies. I'd be surprised. There you go. There's that katana ones, these katana ones and the Naga ones. But yeah, as you can see, the floor price is substantially higher.
Yep.
But it's well worth it. It's fun, and it's compared to the other chains.
It's been a great source of alfalfa too, right? Like it's up there. Like there's been some guys in there that are getting after it. So that $100, you know, NFA, all that stuff, to add to your, you know, hopper, or to add to your, you know, tool belt, the Cappy Collective has some good guys in the trenches.
That's what I had to ask. If the Say guys, and knowing you, I know the answer already, but if the Say guys are very focused also on other chains, are they trading runes? I know Biggie Poppins, Biggie.
Dude, I had decentralized and I sold it in like the throes of a bear because I missed honestly, I would have much rather have gotten the decentralized PFPs. Those things are dope to this day, like really unique art. I love it. But yeah, I sold that, and I sold the other one when they originally came out, which everybody was like, absolutely, like which one's Satoshi Nakamoto. Those are the two runes that at some point I lost money on and waited 45 fucking minutes for my transaction. Come on now, runes. Come on now.
Yep. I'll tell you what, dude. Spicy opportunity here and now, especially like they just yesterday implemented swaps. So now, and I bought some just to kind of support and also to try it out. But like I bought a little gizmo yesterday.
That's the one now. Like whatever happened to Dog on the Moon and Satoshi Nakamoto. Those
Dog on the Moon hit like 900 mil market cap just the other day. They got a listing on Kraken. The T1s are coming. They're definitely coming. It's going to send. But Gizmo's my favorite. Gizmo is maybe my favorite. I can't say it's my favorite meme across any blockchain, but it's up there. For me, it's like top 5 as far as the content, how good and relatable it is and funny. Like I laugh, genuine laughs about like whenever I see those posts about Gizmo. I think Gizmo is the most underrated rune in this entire ecosystem on Bitcoin. I think it's gonna cook, Biggie, cook. So I bought a little yesterday. I've got bags already, but I wanted to try swaps, and it was so fucking cool that I could go and say, okay, 0.001. I want $100 worth, and it was that simple. It was that simple. I don't know if you got to bundle this stuff anymore. I'm not sure. And I ran into this yesterday saying there's none available for, and I don't know why that is. It is still beta, but the fact that I could do 0.001 and actually complete it and get $100 worth of the rune changes a lot, brings a lot of liquidity, I think, to that place. Biggie, there's again, we'll talk. We all got a lot more talking to do off air, but man,
Gizmo is the one. Dude, Gizmo is the one.
Bag bias. You guys know that are watching bag. I've got plenty of it. I got in there very early, but I haven't sold because I see something really special. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. When I saw you mention it, I was thinking of the Gremlins Gizmo, you know?
Oh, yeah, no. It's part of the Puppets ecosystem. Like, so the Puppeteer made this Gizmo cat. Somebody goes and creates a rune, and he's supportive of that it's happening, and he's still making art, and it's just the most adorable thing. I still don't like... I don't want to say I don't like Bitcoin puppets, because I really do like the Bitcoin puppets, and I like the community, and I like the edginess and stuff. Pups I don't really like. It's so... I don't know. There's something about pups that the rune, and you know they have that Solana token that I find it off-putting. It's like I just don't find him to be the nicest guy. Which doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. But like it never worked. Gizmo fucking worked. He's just fucking. Here, I'll play this. You'll get a little echo here, but just so you can. It just works for me. It's like, it's cute and again, relatable, and everything they do makes me laugh. Everything they do makes me laugh. And Gizmo's the one. I know. And even again, if I put my bag bias aside, I can just recognize a good meme coin with the right people in it that are going to be shilling it, that got bags, and Gizmo's going to be a big one.
How much has it ran since you bought it?
Oh, I'm up like 50x, something like that. Yeah, I got in like right at... And guys on the show were shilling it when it was minting, right? When you could buy it, like the primary sale of it. And I saw it, I'm like, and this is how I know too. You know, like with these meme coins, are like, you know right away, like you know a good meme, you know. So I saw it, I'm like, oh guys, stop the show. Everybody go buy this. This is great. And a lot of people did. So I bought right at a mil market cap at that point, like somewhere in that ballpark. And it got up to, I think 60. And I do think it's going to get up to like, I do think 250 to 500 mil when it gets those T1 listings and stuff. And even if Dog is the one that gets it and the whole ecosystem gets propped up, Gizmo's the one. Gizmo is definitely the one.
Are we, Hudah, paying attention to or playing around any Bitcoin L2s yet? What's the sentiment out there for those? Not really.
I don't think, I know some people care about that. I think a majority do not care. I think people still like the slowness, and there is a lot of laziness too, just not making those extra steps going elsewhere. And I'm one of those people. I'm one of those. I'm happy to deal with the slowness, and like it's a good ecosystem to be trained on. That slow, methodical, just kind of set it and forget it approach.
Young grasshopper kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I don't hear anybody talking L2s, and especially when things like Fractal launch and nothing comes of it, and people more get wrecked on it. Like it's just, I don't know. I don't know if they will ever work, and I don't think that's true really, because I think Opcat does open up a lot. It just takes the right people talking about it, and if Hudah starts getting, starts bull posting about L2s, that changes everything.
Where are we at with the Opcat? I haven't kept up. Like, is it around the corner?
I think around the corner. I do. And there'll be a new token standard that comes kind of with it too, called Catnip. So, and that'll be fungible tokens. So we'll see. We'll see. A lot of cool shit happening here. But my thoughts, conviction, whatever, none of it's changed. It's just stronger than, the last times we've talked about it. So great ecosystem. I want to be respectful of your guys' time, because I know you got a show coming up in less than an hour. And guys, please, if you've never tuned in to Say What, make today your first time. It's that good. It's that great. Biggie, before you came on, I said you guys are the best in the industry. Just showmanship wise and quality and insights. So if you have not tuned in, you have to check out it today. At the very least, give it a try. Say What? In about 50 minutes, it's a Spaces. Do you guys do video streams yet?
We do not.
We've have to probably get back into it, right?
You should. You guys are great at that stuff.
It's just another layer, right? That you have to prep for. Like even in that, you're like, yeah, you got 9 a.m. Eastern. I'm like, shit, that's when I'm prepping for the show, and I don't have to do video. It definitely is something we have to get to 100%. The first post there, not the pinned one, but the one underneath that is that link there. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, man, it's fun. It's super laid back. It's not all about say, right? Like you mentioned. Hudah, that we have, like, are you guys elsewhere? We have to be, right? Like we're like there's enough happening elsewhere, and there's things that are happening inside the eco, but it's still one of the small, like a small chain comparatively. So yeah, we get after it on many alt chains for sure.
Fucking love to hear it. Love to hear it. I'm gonna just throw one more thing up on the screen, and anything you guys also, if there's anything you want to mention. But okay, this was our biggest news yesterday, and we at least got to touch on it. Gary Gensler stepping down on January 20th. Fucking amazing news, and the market absolutely reacted to it. It did send us again to 99K yesterday, so a fresh all-time high on that great news. I love this shit. I love that Trump's shit talking and memeing right here with us. Like, fuck the guys, I guess, whatever you guys think of them. But it's certainly going to be a fun, I hope parts of the next 4 years will be pretty fun, and this sure as shit is. What do you guys think of Gensler being gone? What does it do for this space?
Oh my God, the pent up angst and anger and frustration. Like, I feel like I'm still releasing it after so many years of having to deal with that lizard person. It's great to see him be gone. I had positioned myself on a shit coin, like predicting this moment. It didn't perform as well as I would have thought or hoped. But man, yeah, I think that was it's a good moment. I would almost like want to call it Gensler Day, except I don't want to give him that credit. But yeah, it's celebratory for sure.
Biggie actually sold while we were live. Like right when it happened, the token absolutely pumped Gensler, and then everybody kind of FOMO'd in, and it's absolutely wrecked at this point. It's like 200K. I think I bought at 1.2 when it all kind of popped off. Yeah, man, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. So it's. I have two thoughts on this. One, it feels like to us it's super disingenuous when he comes out and he's like, I want to protect the American public, all of that stuff. And I'm 90% sure that is the case. The other part of me with this chill guy scenario is like people actually, like I'm talking about the artists now, people actually live in a different world than us too. You know what I mean? But we're so locked in. We're so here all the time that we just think our worldview is how everybody thinks about crypto. And clearly with this chill guy artist, he was like, who the fuck are you guys? Like, no, I don't want anything to do with you. And so people actually think this way. And I'm sure Gary thinks he's protecting the American public. Like it's crazy.
You think he really believes that? Like he thinks that?
For somebody that was a professor at MIT and probably has a lot more experience and knowledge, at least swimming in the ecosystem, I find it very hard to believe that.
Yeah.
That he feels that way. I think he's very cognizant of what he's done.
Yeah, he's a slimy fuck. I'll go with that.
It feels like he's protecting somebody, but I don't think he's got the
agree with that,
people in mind.
He does have the Wizard of Oz looming above him, kind of with a gun to his head, saying, I do think he's pretty much a puppet for the big banks and the financial institutions and maybe a couple of people in government. But hey, he's gone, man. I'm more excited about what's to come. Like right now, everybody's very much speculating. It's crazy. The minute Trump got elected, like everybody just started launching tokens, not giving a fuck. I'm still a little bit like, just hold your horses. It's really like that's why I'm just waiting for him to take power and to put action behind the words that he's spoken, and especially in this sector, which he has very much paid a lot of lip service to and also participated in, right? Like, is there something that like you want to see particularly, Hudah? Is it the taxes? Is it the regulation? Is it the reserve currency, right? That like was announced by Reuters. Like that's one where I'm kind of like, please, Lord, if there's one thing that comes through out of all of these, it's that one.
The reserve currency.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's terra incognita to me. Like, I don't know anymore. Like if that were to occur, whatever price targets we've been discussing this whole year, or even right now, just go out the fucking window.
I mean, that puts the Michael Saylor
Doesn't matter
thesis
anymore.
in play, you know, those astronomical, because it does, because then it's a race around the world to hold as much as you can, and that really sets things off, and I kind of think it plays out that way, just going by gut feel. It feels like it's going that way. Yeah. So it's exciting. Wild shit. I was saying this yesterday, like questioning, was this our best month, or are we seeing the best period of performance for Bitcoin ever? And we are. 40% gain here so far this month. Had our largest monthly candle ever so far. It's a special time we're in.
USD terms or percentage?
It's a good question. I would assume percentage. I don't recall. Yeah, I just don't recall us ever seeing that type of percentage gain. I think I'll do a little digging between now and my next show, but it feels it's a good question. But
XRP and Stellar being up today, it's kind of scare me. Like, I feel like those are like the laggard tokens that are always the last ones to pump. So those are up huge today.
Now we'll see Cardano doing the same, and yes, and we will. Cardano's going to cook.
ETH is barely performing. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not playing exactly the same as it has in previous cycles, right? Hudah, if not, it would have been Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then all these other ones.
Part of that too, I was wondering if we just have so many new people in the space that over the years have become very smart traders, and now they know where how the cycle used to work and where the potential is, and getting ahead of it. And I wonder if that's starting to happen here too. It's like, okay, everybody thinks it's Bitcoin to here, and that's how it works. Let me go get in there a little early, and so it is kind of, you know, it's a matured space. It's
which is good to see, man. Right? Like, I like that. We become more savvy, more battle hardened, and I hope our listeners can pay it back to the newbies that come in, right? Because if all we're doing is waiting to dump on their asses,
the thing I
continue tarnishing the space.
The thing I love about Hudah the most is that me and Biggie Poppins, I think we've had this discussion, Biggie, but I definitely have had it with my other buddy Mike, who's now, this is his third cycle. We're like, how long can we keep this up? Right? Like, how long? Like, we're gonna be 50 years old, kind of do this. And Hudah absolutely will be. Like, Hudah was like, no, I'll be here till I fucking die.
Fucking Gandalf with a huge long beard, dude.
How can I not? You know, like I tell people, I've always been here. I've always and by here I just mean online. I've always, as a kid, as a young adult till now, this is like, I'm not doing anything different. There just happens to be a financial incentive to keep doing it. So yeah, we'll always be here for sure, for fucking sure. Guys, you're fucking awesome, Q and Biggie. I can't believe you're on this show. And it needs to be a regular thing. You guys are just the best, and it's always great chatting with you and getting your thoughts on what's happening here. So thank you guys. Appreciate you coming on. And you guys, great hanging with you like always. Definitely follow the Say What guys. Please follow them. Go check out their show today. It's every day, Monday through Friday. Just so fucking good. I'll be there tuning in and listening. Actually, God damn it, I got a meeting. I'll still have it on. I'll still be listening. And you, Nifty Q over at NiftyQ _ awesome motherfucker. And the great Biggie Poppins. Again, we'll do it again. We'll talk more meme coins. We'll talk a whole hell of a lot of Say. Biggie, we'll talk some art too.
Yeah.
There's
man,
so much we haven't covered.
You'll appreciate it. You like my hat?
What is it?
It's a die with the most.
Dude, yes.
It's got its flies and bacon.
I love it.
I could not resist. Yeah, we need to talk some art, Hudah. There's some really crazy. I mean, I know you're paying attention. So how about that Joe P sale? I'll just.
Oh my god!
My god.
Yep.
And it just first one, right? Like initial sale. And I don't think it's ever going to trade for a very long time. It was bought by Derek Edwards of Glitch Marfa. But anyways, yeah, we can do another art segment at another point. I'm very excited. And I hope that next year we can catch you down to Marfa.
Yeah, dude. It looked great.
More misses, both of yous. I need you to come down and drink the Kool-Aid over there with me. You would have loved it too. Ruin Milio had a party at Marfa, Hudah. And you can imagine how I showed up to that shit. I was like prostituting the space, these motherfuckers. And all of a sudden I found it like 5 Rude Milio friends, and it was a great time. Like,
shit.
Yeah, the way they approached it was very different. It was a lot of fun, actually. I hope to see them back next year.
I like it.
You know, it was hilarious.
Look at Biggie opening up his heart a bit. Love it. Love to hear it. Good shit.
Well, they did it right. You know. And so I appreciate that. I came in there with another, thought in my head. They're kind of like, we're going to do this and regardless. And no, it was really cool. So yeah, if you're listening, Emilio, I hope to see you there next year.
That's so beautiful. Fucking beautiful way to cap this off then. Guys, I want to give you just one last heads up here. The Cyberkong's pendant, that fucking awesome, what is it, like gold and rubies and all kinds of stuff. $30,000 pendant. You have 3 hours left to enter that giveaway. It's just 10 RON. You can throw more in and it increases your chances, but just 10 RON will get you in that giveaway. So if you were looking to get in there, get your ass there. Just a few hours to go. Guys, have a great day. I'll see you at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time right here at SlamX Official on YouTube. CryptoSlam.io over on X. Check out Say What coming up here in 45 minutes, guys. We will fucking see you.